Good everybody, Robett Hollis here. Content 101 and a little bit of a studio go bag. We've done a little bit of a couple of upgrades that I've been working on for the last little bit, and I want to take you through three of those right now. So the first one now we've upgraded to is basically on my desk now. I've set up a lot of, I want to do three different ways to try and create as much content on the go as possible, and I think we've kind of hacked our way through to be able to try and get there. So to quickly talk through that, I'll literally just kind of show you through this now. So right now, as we speak, we have, I've set up this setup, which is just an iPhone 6. It's plugged into a lightning, shit, I have to get this up. I don't know if you get this down, there you go. A lightning port through to a iRig HD. This is the same setup that we had before for audio, which is really good. You can manually control it. Lightning port adapted in, and the thing we've added to it for while I'm here is a little light behind it. So if I move forward, I'll turn this off there, and then back on. So it's just a little ring light, and if you look at the thing, you might be able to see the little circles there, which is very cool. So that's kind of the first setup for one camera, because I've been real pissed off with the audio lately around live streaming, because I think live's where all the magic's going to be happening in the future, and so I've been doing a little bit of digging on that. We've tracked down that basically through an iRig HD microphone, which is this audio here. It's a lot better than the audio straight from the cell phone. So, and then obviously the lighting's better, audio's better. That's number one, very good. So that's an iPhone 6. So that's the first one. Second one is, if you're out and about, and I've just been testing it out, is the iPhone 7, which I've got there, and I've been waiting for this to come out, and this is the Olo Clip smartphone adapter, which is pretty cool. So basically on one side you've got a super wide, which is that there, super wide, and on the other it's a double, it's a macro and a fisheye. So it's got a fisheye on the top, screw that off, and it goes to a macro. Why this is good is for two reasons. So if I've got, I've been waiting to come out for the 7 come out on the top, and then basically same as before, because when you're out and about now, obviously doing a little bit of filming, so in the car and stuff, it gets a bit shaky. Now you can put, kind of similar to what I had before, basically this clips on the top, and then now I've got a wide angle spot. So what I'll do is, if I can put it on camera, you'll be able to see, I don't know if it works this way, but you might be able to get it. There, it's a lot wider, which is good. So it actually gets you a lot wider in the mix, which is nice. And then you flip it on the other side. If you go to this side, bring it up. So now this is just the Olo. It's just come out, like it just arrived last week. So if you go to that one, you're going to get all meta on it, content on content. This is the fisheye off the top. As long as it's aligned up, it actually works out all right. So that's the second piece. So in studio here, we can do that. If I'm out and about and I've got the 7, I can just have the Olo Clip on the top. The one good thing that I found with the Olo Clip lens is the lens hook that goes on the top. That plugs into just a keychain. So you can basically have a keychain the whole time when you're out and about, so you don't need to have it on your phone, which is cool. But what I also like about this is after you take the top bit off, this actually breaks out somehow. There you go. This breaks out, so you can actually use this as a holder for your phone. So if you're, which is quite cool too. Same stuff. So, oh sweet, Ricky, where can one be purchased? Where did I get mine? I actually think I got mine off oloclip.com. It was OLLO clip.com, and this is for the 7. And so it's got options as well where you can plug and change some of the lenses out, which is quite cool. But just to be able to have, if you're going to be filming stuff out and about and you want a wide angle, it's not a bad idea. And I think it's pretty cheap considering all the stuff you get from it. So one is we've got iPhone 6 with a lightning plug into a iRig HD audio with a light behind the back now that we've run. It's one of those circle ring lights, which is cool, so you get the little circle. 2 is, if I'm out and about, I've got the 7 with an Olo Clip, which you can obviously still plug in the audio for that. Now, to get to the good stuff. And what I've been stuck on lately, and what I worked in the weekend, was how do I get, a lot of time we've been doing interviews with other people, and it's been really, we've been doing really shit audio. It's been hard to get good quality audio coming out from multiple sources. And how we were doing in the past is we had, we had the mic in, but then with the 7, because it's got that little 7 adapter, it was going 7 adapter to a 3.5mm dongle, plug through to SC6 split adapter and then going to two 3.5mm jacks up to wired lapels. That's cool, but if you're sitting down, it actually makes it a bit niggly if you're trying to move around because you're kind of locked. And then Tamati says, is your ring light battery powered? Keen to get one. It is powered. I think it was, I'll put a link in the description after, but yes, that is powered, and the light's just better and more consistent. So that's number 2. But what I've been trying to track and trying to figure out is, with Facebook Live opening its API, how do we get live gimbal stabilized video with wireless audio on 2 different sources? So if I want to be out and about and literally moving and going away from the camera, how do I actually get it done? And over the weekend I did a whole bunch of research, and I was up till 2 in the morning on Saturday night. I wasn't out partying or drinking or anything. I was trying to track this down, and then I finally hooked it up. So this is where 3.0, this is what I want to see. This is what we've got to. So now we've found this solution. This is like some Megatron shit, right? So what this is we have a Osmo remote stabilized wireless jig, which is cool. So we've got this. So this is 4K streaming that can get to into a live into the DJI Go. This is a DJI Osmo. This is going to be going into the phone, which links up and puts into here. Now this is where it gets good. This is a receiver for 2 of these bad boys. 2 synchronized wireless mics, and so you get 2 transmitters on the same signal going to one receiver, which is going through a TRS to TRRS, which goes into 3.5mm jack, which goes into the phone. So what that means is I can have a gimbal stabilized video shot synced wirelessly to the DJI Go app, and I can get the audio synced wirelessly as well. So what that means is I'm going to be able to, from now on, anytime I'm out and about, if I'm with someone, I can just chuck this on real quick, linked straight up through the Osmo, plugged into that, and then I've got both of it going to Facebook Live. So what I'm going to start doing, so what's it? Nick Scott says price on that wireless setup. Okay, so the Osmos, I think it's just over $1,000, and I got this, the audio setup, and why this is different is because it's actually set up a little bit differently to most other audio setups. Like most time when you've got audio, if it's wireless, you'll get one transceiver and one receiver, one transmitter, and that's how it's done. This one's different because it's two RX9s and one RX9 and a TX9. This is what I got, and I got this today from Rubber Monkey. And you can get other type of ones. There's a Sony one you can get, but it's almost like, I think it's like $1,500 or something, right? So, but the difference with here is you've got 2 wireless lapels that come into one receiver. So 2 transmittings, 1 receiver. And then that one receiver gets transmitted through to a converter from a TRRS into TRS, which is that, and that 3.5mm jack can then go into your phone. And because it goes directly into your phone, if it'll work on the 7 II, but then you've got to run the lightning extender into the TRS, which gets a little bit niggly. So the ultimate setup now is being able to take this out so you can get a gimbal stabilized video shot that can be in 4K wirelessly synced on the DJI Go app through the phone, with also wireless signals getting combined from 2 into 1 into the 3.5mm jack, and then output on Facebook Live. Bam, son. Just like that. So it's actually going to be very cool. So why all of this? What I want to do now is, I think there's so much, well, for starters, the whole wired thing just really pissed me off, and I knew that there was a way to do it. So I think we've hacked our way through it, which is very cool. So now we can have nice gimbal stabilized shots, we can have good quality audio, and then hopefully if the audio is coming through right on this, it's actually going to be quite similar when we do it for later. So going through all that gear and recap again. Setup number 1, which we're locking through now, is an iPhone 6 with a Lightning, I'll give this up here, you guys probably be able to see it. It's an iRig HD, which is very cool. Hopefully that gets there. So we've got an iRig HD video mic. They're like $150 or something. And then that's that. The second one is the on the go with the 7. And we've got an Olo clip. I think it's like an active lens. One is a super wide on that side, and the other one is a macro with a fisheye. And so that is that one there. And also you can still hardwire it in. But then the problem is when you're out and about, you want to get it stabilized, but you want good audio. It's hard to get that wireless transmission. So now we've created that, or I think I've hacked it and we've tested it out, is we've got an Osmo for the video, the DJI Go app, which would run on the phone, which is good. So we've got the phone here. And how we actually connected it was, so the phone will go in, and so essentially when this is plugged in, it will look like that. So from the back, so you have the adapter into the phone, and that's it. And then we can get me and whoever else is going to join me start just yarning away. We can do chats. The audio will be good. The video will be good, stabilized. Lighting will be sweet, and then it can go out through Facebook Live in real time, which is very, very good. So to wrap all up this piece, if you've got any other questions, quickly ask them now before I'm about to bail out. Daily says, one app to rule them all. Yes. So far, the one who's winning will be DJI. They do a whole bunch of different cool products, but the Osmo is done really well. Olo Clip is the other one, and the mic is an iRig HD microphone. If you guys want any other content questions, feel free to answer, but we're going to start testing this thing out, probably starting pretty soon. I want to start doing more of it. So, and then that's that there. Nick Scott, does the mic receiver, what do you say? Does the mic receiver not have a 3.5mm out that you can put into the DJI Direct? There is, but the DJI Direct doesn't, when you use the app to go through your live, it actually takes the input on the 3.5mm jack on the cell phone, not the play. I actually thought you could do, but we didn't. It stuffed out. He says, I had a similar setup I was playing with, but instead of wireless, I had a Rode Mini 3.5 into the Osmo. Yeah, we were running a wired setup before, and it just got really niggly because we've got wires and shit, and it sucks. I don't want to be out and about. Plus, I've got some ideas to do content remotely with IVs and stuff. Chris Grant said, oh, Chris, what up, bro? Battery life on the wireless lapels. These are sweet because they've got two AA's in each one. So when you pop out, you got two AA's, so you have hours and hours on that. The one that does kind of suck for battery life is actually the Osmo. Like, this thing will lose battery pretty quick. And I was in a store, so they're only that, but they actually die within 15 or 20 minutes. So they don't have a way to do external dedicated audio, dedicated power linked off that, which I think would be nice. If you could hardwire in power on here, would be actually really good. So that's the three sort of setups that I think I'm going to be rolling forward from now. Is one on the iPhone, hard one with light static on a little monopod, which is cool. Two is the iPhone 7 with an Olo clip, so OLLOCLIP.com, I think, and get the one with that super, the fisheye one you probably won't use so much, but the wide angle is actually really good. And then the third setup is I got a Saramonic 2 transmitters, 1 receiver, and then this receiver through 3.5mm jack goes into your phone. That is that. I think I've got it clocked. I'm about to. I'll find out soon though. But no one's doing this yet that I've seen. So I'm always quite keen to try and do stuff that no one else is doing. And I think, yeah. What it says, Nick, I've got a Sony Handycam that has a built-in gimbal of sorts. It's really clear. I'm keen to run that wireless setup if you've got blah blah blah. Yeah, so usually you just use a shotgun mic. Yeah, I just reckon, I mean, just me, flipping wireless lapels, the closer you get, the better it is. Just that over stuff just kind of pisses me off, and I just get kind of sick of it. I don't know whether it's me or you just want better audio. And then Hohepa says, bro, how does the Osmo feed video into the phone? So it's, okay, good question. So the Osmo is actually synced up wirelessly, and it connects on the wireless hook that goes from the Osmo to the app, and the app itself comes through. Yo, all right, my next meeting's here. I got a peace. Stuff you guys. All right, catch you guys soon. Osmo, it connects wirelessly via Wi-Fi, which does mean, actually, I will give Osmo shit for a second. When you connect both Wi-Fi's up, you can't connect to a second Wi-Fi feed. So if you are trying to stream out from your phone, it's going to use 4G, not Wi-Fi, because the Wi-Fi needs to be able to connect to it. Tamati, can the wireless lapel feed into a Mark D? Yes, it can. It can 100% because it's just 3.5mm, or it has an XLR out as well, which can go input in. So that's another way to do it, is you can have two going into the one, have that as an XLR, or a 3.5mm in, which is what this thing is, but then you just take off this dongle. You take off that and it just plugs straight into it. All right, I gotta go. Next meeting's here. Peace out, guys. See you soon.